I'm Will Hale.
And this is the first InSight after fall break, and I just want to say that I saw an awesome movie across the universe.
Cool. Bono's in that, I think, isn't he?
Bono's in it?
Yeah.
There was a guy in it, and I thought that it looked like Bono, but we thought that Bono was like too elite to be in a movie about like tripping acid and Beatles and
Yeah,
stuff
he's in disguise. He has like glasses and some weird facial hair.
And he sings that song.
Cuckoo, Cuckoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do we...
You want to go ahead and tell them what's in our newscast today?
Yes, I will. Today we have pedestrian questions, why those concession stands at the stadium are so darn expensive, sports, and budget Halloween costumes.
Well, today I went out to the pedestrian walkway and asked a lot of students what they thought about UT and just what they disliked the most.
Pedestrian questions.
Thanks, Will. Well, I'm here again on the pedestrian walkway where I'm going to attempt to ask students the big question of the day. What do they dislike most about UT?
I don't like the way UT try to take the students' money, even though they know we students won't make that much money. Like, for example, they took away the machines that we add money with our All-Star to our All-Star account, and it's $15 if you do it online. At first, it was like you added as much money that you can, like $1 or $2.
Definitely parking. Every time I come to campus, I can't ever find a parking place unless it's in staff, and then I always get a ticket. And last week I was parked in commuter and I still got a ticket. So definitely parking, it's a pain in the butt.
The increasing tuition, I would say, sucks the most. That's pretty much all I have.
So wait, what year are you in?
I'm a senior.
And so how much has it increased for you over the years?
Oh, it was like 5% last year, so it's continuing to go up and up.
Do you feel like the scholarships increase along with the tuition, like in a fair pace, or?
If you have scholarships, if you're paying out of your pocket, then it's not increasing enough for you.
Do you feel like the education at UT is worth the tuition?
Sure, of course. I think any education is worth some amount of money. So.
I think everything's great about UT. I don't have any complaints.
What makes it so great?
The community, getting to know everybody. I mean, I see friends everywhere.
Well, that was interesting. What do you dislike most about UT, Will?
I just hate how far apart everything is, and it seems like it's not planned very well. I know we're getting better with pedestrian things like the walkway we're at right now, but everything's just really far apart, and I hate walking up those hills and stuff. I know we can't help some of those things, but that's my
Do you think the
pet
pedestrian
peeve.
walkway like jams up traffic through the middle of campus?
For cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does, but I like how it's just more. I think it should be more pedestrian friendly. So.
Okay. Well, up next we have Rebecca with why the concession stand food at Neyland Stadium is so expensive.
I have good news for you guys today. You know those $3 bottles of water you buy at the football games? Well, all that money is actually going to a good cause. The concession stands at Neyland Stadium raise money for local schools, youth groups, and other local organizations with the help of Sodexo. Sodexo is a food and facilities management service company. It offers school and corporate dining, catering, concessions, retail, and more. With the help of Sodexo, the Farragut High School Marching Band has benefited from concession sales at Neyland Stadium. They used the concession sales to raise money for their $500 band uniforms. Another group benefiting from Neyland Stadium concession sales is the Logan Temple AME Youth Group, which sells Coca-Cola products for an upcoming mission trip to New Orleans. So the next time you're complaining about all that money you're spending at football games, know that it's going for a good cause.
That's great, Rebecca. So, Malia, what do you think about all that? It's pretty
I
good.
think it's great that UT is doing something to give back to the community. I'm glad that all those high school organizations are benefiting from UT football.
I know a lot of those things aren't possible without things like this, so, I mean, especially sports. And speaking of sports, here's Cliff with sports.
Coming up in sports, I'll give you my picks for this coming weekend in college football. But first, to look back to another upset-riddled weekend last weekend, as the Tennessee Vols avoided the upset bug that did bite some other teams as they beat Mississippi State 33-21. Arian Foster and Lucas Taylor each had over 150 total offensive yards, while Daniel Lincoln's career-high 4 field goals provided the final margin of 12 points as the Vols win 33-21. Coming up this weekend, it's another huge weekend. And I'll give you my upset pick. I was that close to getting it last week with San Jose State over Hawaii. This week, I think it's another game that's before Saturday. Rutgers defeats South Florida at home. That number 2 spot just been unlucky as you saw Cal fall last week and USC the week before. and I think it happens again. Rutgers over South Florida. As for the other biggest games in the country, other than the Tennessee-Alabama game, LSU takes on Auburn as they look to bounce back after being upset by Kentucky last week, and Florida looks to go on the road and beat that Kentucky team. I like the two road teams in those two games. Auburn over LSU in a defensive struggle, Florida over Kentucky in what should be a very high-scoring game. As for the Tennessee-Alabama game, it is the third Saturday in October. That means one thing: Volunteers Crimson Tide. I think Tennessee continues to win on the road after breaking through last week and defeats Alabama 24-21 to keep chances of an SEC title alive.
Well, that sounds like good news for UT. The top two teams in the country lost, and UT won yet again. Hopefully we can keep winning against Alabama, and next week we will be home for South Carolina.
That's right, and that's the Saturday right before Halloween, and it's never too early to start planning for your Halloween costume. And up next, I've got a segment for you guys about how to dress on a budget. Halloween is coming up, and that means it's time to start planning those Halloween costumes. So if you want a couple costume ideas that don't break the bank, then listen up. Use toilet paper as a costume. The mummy is always a winner, and so is the snowman. After Halloween, you can use the toilet paper for later. Ketchup looks like blood, so why not put it on your face? You probably already have it in your refrigerator, and it contains lycopene, which is good for you. Plus, it tastes great. A purple suit. You can always find one of these at your local Goodwill, and the ladies love it. Or, just go naked. The ladies love it too. So there you go. I hope you have a good Halloween, and remember, be creative and be safe. This is Will Hale with useful information.
Well, that's it for InSight UT. I'm Malia Kim.
And I'm Will Hale.
And
that's the way the cookie crumbles.